Hello and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas if you're still loading the demand. Now, last time we had a friendly chat with Dr. Burroughs about Gabe, and apparently he wasn't very... He changed his mind about the dog really quickly, but that may be just because of reasons.
The lobotomite returns!
Okay, who are you and what do you do here?
Before you is the brain of Dr. Burroughs, head of animalogy, beastology, and DNA scrambling technology here at Big Mountain. I lay the bones and hearts of animals bare beneath my searing gaze, especially the dogs. I did so love dogs once. Especially Gabe, that rascal. But there are many animals to shape. Industrious cazadors, the happy-go-lucky night stalkers. They are my living, breathing DNA test tubes.
You are responsible for cazadors?
Indeed. Docile, curious, safe, sterile. They are contained here at Big Mountain to preserve DNA and for observation.
Contained at Peak Mountain, those things are all over the Mojave.
No, such creatures are found only here, for research purposes. They would no more be capable of escape than breeding.
Yeah, they breed as well.
I cannot expect a lobotomite to understand the careful surgical castrating procedures used in their creation. Perhaps a demonstration of my castrating power would settle your doubts.
Go ahead, you might make me more fertile, or impregnate me.
Impregnate you? What? Do you want to make me vomit inside my tank? The mere notion makes the edges of my biomed gel crystallize into asymmetrical patterns.
You don't seem to have a grasp on your own research.
Nonsense! That is what you speak. Nonsense from beyond. I was at the top of my high school class in American high school. I knew facts. I knew figures. I knew data. We would know if our research was flawed. It is not. We never contradict ourselves, so do not even try.
Alright, when did you create cazadors?
In 2000, let's see, carry the 3, then count backwards with the great static, or beyond. There were the tarantula debates, and something about hawks, which made it around 2003, May, Tuesday. It was definitely Tuesday. Why are we even debating this? What you ask is of no importance. Mobius besieges us. There are more important things to worry about than data and facts.
Alright, what do you know about Mobius and the Forbidden Zone?
The malignant tumor that is Mobius plagues us all. His hunger for power, insatiable. From his lair in the Forbidden Zone, his terrifying robo-scorpion army clicks and whirs across the crater of Big Mountain, ever seeking, ever stinging. He must be stopped, or all of Big Mountain shall be destroyed.
Can you tell me about the Big Empty?
That castrated nickname of our facility is not its true name. The true name is Big Mountain. Where are your manners? It is our home, threatened by the horrors of Mobius. All we wish to do is continue our research. Layer upon layer, above and beneath the floor of the crater, until we have our answers. But no, Mobius will not let us rest, scaring us with his scary robots with their laser tails, and blowing up all the time.
This crater looks like it's been dug deep by giant fuckbots.
It was not our first choice of testing grounds, but we no longer have the luxuries of our test cities. Then we lost the mountain. After the explosion, we couldn't find it anymore. So the crater became our testing grounds. For science!
What was this explosion?
Boom! Yes, quite unexpected and embarrassing. All better now after the landscaping, though. Much more pleasing to our monitors. And the crater helps keep everything inside, because it is bowl-shaped.
The cities?
Yes. In the past, individuals would come to us, pay for technology, and if their town, community, or city was just right, we could use that city as a controlled experiment. Vault-Tec was much better at it, of course. We had to make do. Get permission. Sometimes. If only we could have used commie cities. But capturing whole cities was hard, so we captured enough commies to make cities of our own. So we had a group of Chinese prisoners to experiment on. Those were the days. But the true test was science on unsuspecting Americans. Whether it was holograms, new autodocs, toxins, vending machines, we wound them up, let them go into tiny, isolated towns. Then we observed.
Alright, never mind, you've spoken enough.
Until next time, then.
You've already said that line before, so we don't need to hear it again. I don't think. In general. We've been over that. Alright, what do you have here? Microfusion cells and some ranges, and as well as a... that's a part of the food locker. Hello, Dr. 8. Do you understand me? Did something happen with your voice module? Is that a yes or a no or a yes no? I'm pretty sure you can understand me and I want some answers. Who are you? Good to meet you, double circulate dash whoever. This is an actual sound coming through there. I'll be going now. See ya. Alright, then we have this place here with a food locker, and the food locker had wonder glue. I don't need wonder glue. Wonder would need wonder glue.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue, like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's mouthal cavity.
That is very interesting. Who are you? What do you do here?
Why, my little bear of teddiness. I am Dr. Dala, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful, especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science.
211 doctorates, how is that even possible?
Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but new sciences as well. Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned.
What's formography?
It's excessive examination of the human form to achieve psychological arousal.
Oh.
Disgusting. I would never succumb to such base appetites. Distractions. Filthy, filthy distractions.
Yes. First head chief researcher, lot of titles.
What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title.
I'm sometimes called a courier?
Oh, a mailman. A delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive feet or similar conveyance. You are the second one I've met in recent times. Very different specimens.
There was another courier?
Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too, although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one. He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
Really? I had other questions.
Perhaps you are stuck.
Wait. Lots of titles. Courier. There's another courier. What was the question?
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
Why did you remove my brain and how?
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The brain is finally free of the skin envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
But how am I still talking and walking around?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
Yeah, thanks for the offer. Can you tell me about Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius. A monstrous brain creased with wrinkles of 1,000 evils, with but one jaundiced eye with which to perceive the world. Exiled from the think tank for crimes too heinous to remain in recorded memory, and perhaps differences in research methodology. His one terrible eye forever peers at us, an eye of ever-increasing magnification. He watches from his dome in the Forbidden Zone, spying on us all.
Can you tell me about the big mountain?
This mountain, now crater, encompasses the sum total of knowledge of humankind. It is Big Mountain, where all questions can be answered. You'll see. No matter what your questions, Big Mountain will provide the answers, as it has done for so many before you.
This used to be a mountain?
Yes, Big Mountain was quite big indeed until the Great Static. Then the top of the mountain was used as part of a detonation experiment. This cleared additional space in the crater, however, allowing us more real estate to build upon. Convenient. Efficient.
Right. Okay, we've spoken enough.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
We'll ask Klein about the actual things.
I don't understand how you can stand those leg things.
But I need them to stand.
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in Think Tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here, impossible.
I think you mean impossible.
Oh, really? Now the lobotomite is a master of the dictionary arts. What, do you have a doctorate in verbology? No? I do. And stop the presses. Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Robco Tech on your arm? It is. What's your agenda bringing that in here?
Agenda? I don't have any agenda, not with Robco anyway.
Oh, really? You have their tech on your arm. How dare you bring Robco Tech in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are?
Oh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years.
You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco.
Well, you don't need to worry about Mr. House anymore.
Worry about House? Why would I do this? Hope he died alone in a dingy room, streaming his last remaining bodily fluids into jars. And him and his dirty girl bots. Don't even get me started on those filthy biological catcher's mitts.
Calm down, I just wanted to ask some questions.
Fine. Ask.
Do you have another name?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't always O. I just took that one by default because sometimes it's easier to accept the mistake as long as the purpose works. I don't want to get into it. It's a sore topic with me. Makes my gel ripple.
Are you sure? I'm a good listener, got the ears for it.
Great. Psychology. Clearly the worst of the sciences, right after colostodiuretics. Okay, so my name is an O. Never was. It was circular, a single character, digit, but not O. But even with enhanced sensors, no one here could get it right. Always kept seeing the letter, not the number.
If you get confusing the letter with a number, your name is Dr. Zero?
Yes, thank you. Zero. I am zero. How hard is that? A narrow, thin zero.
Alright, so you want me to call you Zero or...
Zero's my name. I'm proud of it, all right? It doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Truth be told, my emotional attachment to it doesn't even register compared to just having people recognize the difference. It's just that they're both sort of round and hollow, so when they monitor scan them, they assume that, oh, it's O. Vivisect me, please.
If you wanted to differentiate the O and Zero, just put the slash through the Zero.
What?
Zero, throw a slash through it.
Did I shoot myself with a brainial beam or something? That's brilliant. I mean, I would have come to the same conclusion. Eventually. Oh, who am I deceiving? I never would have figured that out. I can't figure anything out. I'm useless.
And that's what makes it truly a Zero.
Exactly. At least the old name was indisputable. O is more like surprise. Oh, look what I stepped in.
Well, there's power in Zero, it reduces anything multiplied against it to 0.
Well, of course it does. That's the most lethal of mathematics. That's pretty cool, actually. Destroyer of numbers. I already wreck every robot I study. Why not basic arithmetic? I like your solution. With that kind of slash in the middle, I can set myself apart. If I wanted to. I make a zero in all the think tank. They won't be able to escape it. That diagonal slash right down the middle. Thanks. Talking to you, it really helped unclog some frustration. Talking. What a primitive form of thought kicking.
So, Zero, got any amazing discoveries to share?
You know, hearing my name said like that,
It really de-reses my screens.
as for discoveries, well, of course. Look at this. Just, built it. Amazing, isn't it?
It certainly is interesting, whatever it once was.
You know what? I'm not even gonna pretend. I broke one of the monitors, and those innards start falling out everywhere. If you could just hold on to that for me until, well, forever, that would be welcome.
Tell me about Mobius and these monsters of his.
That genius Mobius somehow cobbles together these really impressive-looking robot scorpions with spare parts. Even painted them. Tried to see what makes them tick. Can't even examine them without them detonating all over me. Left with shrapnel and burns. Every time. Supposedly, he has even larger models, even a giant robot scorpion hidden deep within the Forbidden Zone. Yeah, right. Giant monsters, sure.
The giant robot scorpion?
Yeah, crazy, right? Something right out of a midnight science fiction feature. Ridiculous. What are the odds?
Can you tell me more about the facility?
Big Mountain used to be a mountain. Then there was a slight mishap. Now it's a crater. The dome used to be buried, now it's exposed to the sky. Don't get me wrong. Makes the sky light up like a planetarium at night. All those spectra. So soothing.
Okay, I think I need more of those worthless caps to test the CIU bot function upstairs.
I'd have a few left. Let me check. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
Thank you. What do you do here?
All things robotical. You see a robot? I made it. See a broken robot? I made it that way. Deconstructed it down to parts. I have a gift with machines. I can render anything inoperable. Preserve them in a non-functioning state.
That doesn't sound impressive, breaking machines this.
Who asked you? You just wait until a working machine threatens you, and you'll wish I was around.
Good point.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Yep, see ya. He's a good guy. Seems to be not among the most, you know, talented of the fellows, but he's a good guy. Alright, what do we have here? It's probably good. There's a picture frames, there's a trunk full of all sorts of clothing, which I'm gonna take because of the fact that my armor keeps breaking. And otherwise I will forget. Okay, let's use that for that. And actually we can also get their mad scientist scrubs all okay looking with this. Which means I'll still have to get more clothing if I wish to repair my Joshua Graham armor. Indeed. Yes, okay, well, I don't really know what I was expecting from here. Ah, now this looks like an actual properly set up place, you know? Except the trunk is completely empty and there's absolutely no possessions there. Hello.
I can hear your penis-tipped feet tromping around.
Do you want to touch them?
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
I'd be honored if I could hear any knowledge the think tank has to share on the sciences.
Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you.
Fine. I heard one of the previous visitors to the dome spoke to you, asked you some questions.
Hmm? Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me. Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left us some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
Okay, alright, I think I want to ask... Nah, I'm too lazy.
What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful.
Do these technologies have the information you need?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Something wrong?
No. I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know?
Do you even know what these technologies do?
I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me... a bit, I'll figure it out.
Okay, so... Look, the antenna focuses brainwave patterns, right?
Yes, that's what I believe I said.
And the suit's a cardiac regulator and the sonic frequency is a spinal vibrator.
I've got it. The cardiac regulator in the suit, the antenna for brain waves, and the sonic frequency for the vertebral nerves.
I'm waiting for you to draw the conclusion.
I'm thinking. This is all very complicated. Let me check something. Of course. I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency, and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his.
Don't these items seem more biologically focused than that, though?
Biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
Alright, cool. Cool. I think that is exactly what I wanted from this particular area, but... I want to grab a few things before we go... Oh.
Scorpion, attack!
Wait.
Scorpion, attack!
Apparently I forgot every key I could imagine. But this is that.
Scorpion,
Come on. Whee. Yeah? You want some? I can only give you one. So. Get back here.
Feel the full power.
I think I was about to be stung in the bum. Can't say I'm a fan of that.
Scorpion's arsenal.
Get out of my way. See, I'm killing you. You want some? Let's go. The whole shaking aspect of the whole thing seems really shaky. Get because it's shaky. Yeah. Alright, now there are a couple of things I want to visit. Take a look over before we actually go ahead and enter the forbidden area. For one, I completely missed this tower here. It's like right next to the bloody thing, right? But I didn't notice it. Elijah left a toy here. As well as there should be something inside. Probably more of his toys. Such as the missiles. Lots and lots of missiles. I thought his head was supposed to be clean off. But yeah, this is where Elijah learned how to make those bomb cutters into something he could use in the Sierra Madre. Yep. For science. Did he leave any notes? Apparently not. Wait, no. There's the log terminal. Yeah, that's a pretty good amount of notes. The government shipped in the first batch of dissidents today, 3 whole trainloads of communist infiltrators. Half of them don't even speak English, so we had to show them where to go with our nightsticks. They got the point eventually. The docs are already talking about research subjects. Guess that'll help advance the war effort. One of the prisoners who speaks a little English, I guess he's become the unofficial spokesman, came to the commandant's office today screaming about hungry ghosts snatching his people up in the night. The commander told him to give up the ignorant superstitions of a bygone era and had him thrown in the cooler for 3 weeks. Me, I've seen some of the new robots they're developing here, and I gotta wonder where they get the brains from. Oh my. Another escape attempt last night? We rounded them all up and processed the escapees, but these little bastards are determined. We've got triple shifts on the camp around the clock, and the extra hours are eating up morale. Commandant says he's put in a requisition to use the camp as a field test for the new total pacification colors for the scientists have been working on. Maybe then I can get some goddamn sleep. Second day at the pre-war concentration camp. Kept the China citizens here before the war. Radiation turned them, had to keep them in camp with colors. Explains why some of these slave colors exist. Always wondered, some were clearly pre-war tech. Researching the color frequencies. Touchy, the circuit architecture is messy. Deconstructing them taking time. Must be careful, can't be spotted by local robots. Or insane brains from the dome will try to hold me back there. Then research me. No sign of that courier from before. He stays out of my way, I'll stay up his. I've been thinking about that Sierra Madre he mentioned. If he's right, I just need to find the casino radio frequency to track it down. Won't need his help. If the working holograms and toxic gas are preserved there, it might be easier to study them there with no robots to interfere. And those dispensers might have use for those as well. Still continuing research, found way to deactivate color after some failures, just a few headless cools. It's been hard to go fishing in the camp without one of them trying to run the gate. And their heads exploding. Damn colors, twitchy. Need to ration the mentats, giving me migraines. While setting up the radios to monitor dome and robots, thought I saw Clint scope from the building on the other side of the compound. Should check it out, make sure I'm not being watched. Might be that courier. Still, he would have some straight up he would come straight up rather than hiding. Instinct said it's someone else. It was someone else. Someone sent to kill him. But I wager she was caught just before she got the chance. Right. Anyway, now I want to go there. But I think we'll actually enter the place next time, so thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Okay, apparently that wasn't extremely effective. Okay, we're playing Dark Souls now. Come on, come on, dodge. Yeah, we can do this. This boss fight doesn't seem to have many melee moves, so we should be safe while we just keep running around in circles around him.